Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Zodiac Bandit, and today we're going to be going back to doing the best moments for various characters sort of series. And today we're going to be doing Grog, Strongjaw from Vox Machina. So let's get into it. There's lots of good moments. And for those who haven't seen any Critical Role Campaign 1 stuff, click off. Spoilers ahead. And for those who wear headphones, turn your volume down for the first clip because it gets loud.
18.
Plus necrotic.
Thank you. That's 22.
22. How do you want to do this?
What did the fucking necrotic do it?
Oh my god!
Oh god. So, held aloft by Big B's hand, acid sprayed in your face, two of your friends on the ground unconscious and dissolving. In the center of the Dragon's Lair, Grog, Strongjaw. How do you want to do this?
I rear back with the blood axe and I swing for the hinge right where his upper and lower jaw meet, and I'd like to cleave up under his skull and do his brain.
As you lunge forward, the darkness fills you, but the instinct, the feral instinct that you've grown up with is enough to know the source of that pain, the source of that acid is also the source of victory. And as you swing wide, the jaw still extended from the blast of acid, you push through it as it's spraying into you, and the sheer force of your blade hits the edge of the jaw, and you push, and you push, and you hear from the back of the throat, as the acid's projected, the gurgle of horrible, shrieking pain. The stream stops as the blade goes towards the base of the skull, pushing forward and upward. You divide the actual mouth of Umbrasyl like that. The darkness flicks out as you guys watch Grog descending, putting your foot now onto the front of the dragon's neck. You stand up, getting hold onto where the wound is there, still living, the one working eye filling about wildly. You reach up and grab the edge of the nose, bring the axe up with the other hand and slam again and again and again. And as you do, the eye rolls back, the whole body begins to fall limp as it crumples backward.
So the first moment is Grog killing Umbrasyl. I like this moment for a lot of reasons. First of all, the fight with Umbrasyl technically started with his herd, so I like the fact that he's the one who ends up killing Umbrasyl in the last blow. I think that's great and very poetic. Also, we have Shale here, who is really fun, a fun character from the tribe, who is played by Chris Perkins, who is Chris Perkins' longest lasting character, I believe. But it's just an overall really fun kill, really deserved kill, because this was a long fight. It took place over, I think, 3 episodes. It started with the storm, their herd of storms, and then they had the air fight, and then they had this fight in the mountaintop, and it was a really fun, long, drawn-out process until they started the actual fight. And then what was really interesting about this moment is that they actually changed who killed Umbrasyl in the Vox Machina animated series to Scanlan, because Grog had just gotten a Kevdak kill a couple episodes prior. So they wanted to change it up and give somebody else something different, which I just wanted to bring up because I thought it was interesting. But overall, really like this kill. Matt describes it in great gory detail, which is something Grog gets quite a lot, and you'll be seeing more of shortly.
Does he have any more inspiration?
Sure.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, keep inspiring.
wait.
Wait. Keep inspiring.
You already rolled. Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but he hasn't announced it.
You already rolled.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you gotta have you inspired first.
It's a 26. It's okay.
Okay.
Okay. So with that, you one by one, slowly using the clamp, twist, heat up, grab clamp, twist, hammer, quick twist, and continue this process for each trammel as everyone looks on with bated breath.
Okay.
The deafening sound of the engine-like contraptions just fill space like a heartbeat. The rhythm kind of gets into your muscles, and the aches begin to fade as you focus on the hammers in unison with the becomes this very kind of primal forging of the world vision to see Grog atop this anvil for over an hour at this point now, just sweating and hammering away at these trammels. A vision of the Allhammer once, long ago, forging weapons of old, long forgotten and lost. Now Grog sits here, forging the means of sealing one of the biggest threats to the prime material plane by himself. As you finish twisting the final trammel, you pull it up, crunching them in the water that you left behind. And as you pull up, you can see as the steam rises, the 3 twisted javelins of pure platinum ready for the final scroll.
And this moment was Grog forging the initial part of the tremels that would be used to defeat and sort of weaken Vecna so they could, kill a god. I love this moment for many reasons, but mainly for the description that Matt gives of Grog, this, regular mortal who sort of grew up with a gnome because he was cast out of his family, is now standing where a god would forge godly weapons, and he is now using this same forge. A regular mortal being is using the same forge to craft a weapon to kill a god, to kill one of the greatest threats Exandria has seen in a very long time. And I very much enjoy this description. The imagery is great. I love the idea of him slamming this hammer into these pieces of metal, forging it into the spears or javelins as he describes it as. I really just love the idea of this. And this moment actually comes with a bit of teamwork, as just after that he hands it off to Percy to sort of put the enchantment into the tremels here, which I really enjoy as well. The fact that these two characters who butt heads a handful of times throughout this campaign are now working together to make a god-destroying weapon. And I just love this moment overall. I think it's a very good moment. Good shared moment for Grog and Percy, but I like the idea that Grog, this massive mortal, is now standing in the place of a god and now forging a weapon. I love that imagery.
20, so 42.
42 brings it to 21 damage. How do you want to do that? As the shadow fires from the necklace as she holds it aloft, bleeding and shaking, you appear and dive down in silence.
Oh my god!
The whole square coming towards you as Kevdak, clutching in the one nearly ruined arm, the other arm that you bisected, is turning the corner, about to open the door to dive into the house to avoid it. Looks up just in time to see you streaking down. What do?
I say, for stranger! And I sink the axe right into his neck and pot him perfectly down the middle.
With the sheer force of the blow, the weight behind it, and the intent, the axe hits him right in the side of the neck, cleaves off part of his ear, shaves off part of his skin here, exposing the jawbone, hits here, breaks the clavicle, tears through it, and every single rib is destroyed. It cuts right through the center of this giant body until it gets to about the midsection where it catches finally. The upper torso just splits open and just covers you with gore. However, you still impact.
Yep.
Not raging.
And the third moment is Grog killing Kevdak. First and foremost, the animated for this is fucking awesome. It's so cool. Just had to put that out there. But this moment is a lot of fun for me as well. It was one of the clips that I saw before I truly got into Critical Role, and it sort of made me go, shit, I have to watch this at some point. And it was so fun to see this sort of thing play out, where Grog is inside the Pokeball, as they called it, which held Trinket, and Vex lets him out, and he falls to the ground, diving toward his uncle, who's missing an arm because he's been brutally shot to death by Percy. And Grog flies down to the ground, no longer raging, cuts him in half. It's so visceral, disgusting. Like the imagery I get of him hitting each rib and each rib sort of slicing and cracking on the way down is really nice. And it's just a nice moment overall for Grog because he finally stood up to his uncle. Beforehand, his story sort of starts off with him getting kicked out of the tribe by his uncle for being weak and showing compassion. And now he's showing that his teamwork and the people he's surrounding himself with don't make him weak, and not, he doesn't have to be a brutal killer and ravager of people. He can do what he needs to do as his own person and still be strong. And he's showing it here, killing Kevdak with his team. And I love that moment. I think it's really good. I also like the aftermath of this, where he slams down and his legs break and he has to fall to the ground. And then this leads to sort of the respect of the herd coming back toward him, and they help him fight Umbrasyl later, which I think is really cool and really fun. So overall, like this moment a lot. I think it's brutal, it's visceral, it's nice, it's a good character moment for Grog. It's just overall really fun.
Here then.
Grog!
Scanlan was down.
Scanlan's down.
I'll take off running for Vex.
Okay, as you turn around the corner, Keeman and Allura are rushing up to you now as well. Is he? And you turn the corner, Grog, and you see Vax holding the still body of Scanlan just dangling out of his arms.
No. No. No! Fix him! Shoot him!
It's Dr. Rocket. You're a child.
Will somebody do something?
We have to take him home.
We have to get him out of here.
And the fourth moment for this video is Grog demanding or yelling that they fix Scanlan after Scanlan dies in the fight with Rayshawn. This is a great moment. First and foremost, Scanlan's death leads to a lot of very impactful moments later on in the rest of the campaign, but this raw, real moment right now is great. Grog is a very simple-minded person, so when he sees his friend die, he gets upset by it, but we can obviously fix it. We have healing magic. Why can't anyone heal him? You guys all have magic. What do you mean you're out of magic? I love that simple-minded sort of way of looking at how Scanlan dies here and how easy it should be to bring them back, which makes him even more pissed off that they can't do it. And it's just, this leads to so many good moments for Grog because he gets so angry here and then Scanlan just leaves later on, which I think that adds to this moment a lot because Grog is like desperately trying to get his friend back, but no one really realizes that Scanlan doesn't look at anyone as friends anymore. Right now he's sort of pissed off at everyone else. He's fallen into drugs, and once they bring Kaylee back, or that's the last straw. But in this moment, Grog doesn't know that. Grog believes his friend is dead and needs to get his friend back, and everyone's telling him that they can't. Very powerful, very sad, and easily one of the moments I cannot wait to see get animated. It's going to be great and powerful and sad. I can't wait.
Go for it.
Not reckless.
Okay.
Just give it a minute. Natural 20.
Motherfucker. All right. Next attack.
Next attack. Reckless.
Sure, go for it.
Natural 20!
That's fucking ridiculous. How do you want to do this?
And my number one favorite Grog moment is Grog's turn from the Search for Grog one-shot. I fucking love this moment. It is so hype, so exciting, so exhilarating. First of all, to just get brought back to life. Your soul is returned to your body, like from being trapped in the gem. You break out of the ropes. You have to wait for your turn. You're sitting there shaking in anticipation. And then Grog goes up, rages, attacks, crits. Goes up for a second attack, recklesses, crits, and then kills the bastard. I think that is easily one of the best turns in all of Critical Role. One of them. I think there are a handful of other characters who've had really good turns, like in combat. Ford being one of them in Campaign 2 and the later half of Campaign 2. Crazy. Travis is really good at fighting. Who would have thought? But it's just a really fun moment because he breaks out of it, and the crowd adds so much to each of these sort of moments. The roll, he gets an extra 20, everyone freaks out. He, even just saying reckless, makes everyone freak out. And then he rolls a crit, freak out. And then he kills the bastard, massive freak out. Just a fun moment, super exciting, super hype, and I just love watching this moment. This is a moment that I put on repeat sometimes, where I just constantly find like the short clip version of the video, and then I skip right to that part and I just watch it and watch it and watch it. It's so much fun. It's so enjoyable. I love this moment because it is Grog personified, of a guy who loves to fight and gets very angry and then gets very excited after he kills something. I love this moment. And there you have it, my favorite Grog moments from Campaign 1, because he hasn't shown up in any of the other campaigns yet. I thought he could show up in Campaign 3, but he hasn't yet, so we'll see. And there hasn't been a reunion for these characters in a while, so again, we shall see eventually if more Grog moments happen. But Grog is an easy one to pick a lot of good moments for. He's got lots of them, lots and lots and lots of good moments. So let me know what your favorite moments for Grog are down below, and I will see you I'll see you on Friday for the recap, and then Monday for whatever next Vox Machina member I choose to make a video for, because I'm going to do Vox Machina and then I'm going to do the Mighty Nine, and that should wrap up the best of series until I hit like guests, until I hit one shots and that kind of stuff. But until then, peace.